Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Thursday to you. I am awake, alive, moving today. It has been a long road trip. Had a great time. Photos went really well. We took a lot of good shots. Toured an amazing estate. It's humongous, sitting on 800 acres. It was just like freaking nuts. Um, yeah, like I said, it was a great day, but so wore out, so busy. I didn't even really eat food. I ate like some half-cooked made deli sandwiches. Like it's been sitting there for like most of the day with some potato salad that was sitting also for most of the day. So imagine like you go to an event, like an outdoor event, and they just have all the buffet of food in front of you. And you don't get it right away at the beginning, so you wait like 5 hours later. And I think we waited probably like 7 hours. It just felt like a long day. But needless to say, everything went off without a hitch. I didn't get a chance to talk with Kimmy about doing some of the business stuff, and I kind of understood that that may not have worked because I knew the day was going to run long. But today we're going to start a little bit early, go over some of those things. She's like super focused, like better than a lot of people I meet and talk with on business focused. She would rather knock that out, maybe do that before the show, and then enjoy the show afterwards. I think that's perfectly fine. I won't make it too heavy of a meeting, I don't think, but I do have a lot of time, maybe like an hour and a half before. So we'll see how that goes. But the guy I rode with, I've got a picture of him right here. Yeah, so he's a model, and see if you can see him clear. Oop. Yeah, so there he is. His name's Andrew, and I mean, like me and him were like talking. We're of the same mind. We both were talking about different stories, different conspiracy theories, philosophies, aspects of life. He turned me on to a book with, let me see what it was that he gave me. Oh, that's fun. So the book that he mentioned, oh my gosh, it is called Pendulum by Roy H. Williams and Michael R. Drew. And that book, I haven't read it, but his premise, what he told me about it, seemed to be something very interesting where every 40 years there's a phenomenon that happens where society shifts between a me type of energy, like where it's this I-centered, and then into a we, which is a collective centered. And if you haven't noticed, like I've definitely noticed it. I knew it right in the middle of 2020. We were already hitting that, but he's got good dates to kind of correlate. But he's like, you can track this through history. It's always been the same. You run through these little moments where there's a zenith point, and then like where it rises up, and then it goes and declines, and then it hits the bottom, and then it starts the new of the other. But that's nothing new. That's just like how the moon works. The moon works in wanes and waxes. It's the cycles and the things that people don't pay attention to. It just constantly happening all of the time around them. Well, that's a great one to track because if you realize you're in this really big rise, we're supposed to come to the apex of this moment around 2024 is when he said. Like we should be at a zenith moment of the we experience, which I don't even know what that's going to look like. Like I knew 2025 was going to be a powerful date, but I didn't imagine 2024 being the one. So great. Hopefully that's what happens, but it should come that way. We should be building our empire. We should be raising it as much as we can with the short period that we have for a lot of we type activity. And the reason why I encourage the collective is because there's opportunity in working with people. I told him, I was like, there's nothing you see that can get done without human collective cooperation. No corporations, all these big CEOs, these everything. They don't happen with the single individual. And he's like, I'll run the phones. I'll take care of the bookkeeping. I'll do all of it. I'll manage it all. Like a self-sufficient machine is best laid to the self-employed. And guess what? That's not even a business. So I don't know what to say. But I'm excited to see growth happen with a group. Now the question is what happens after the zenith moment on a Wii? Like, how does it start to dissipate before it kicks off anew? Is it the waning effect? Is it that what we experience in working with somebody, we end up finding out like, it doesn't work as well anymore? And what's the essence of the Wii? Is the Wii type energy? Like, that's why I would have to read the book to know some of the aspects and attributes. Because if we're in a Wii type philosophy, like, are we becoming more independent? I'm assuming so. But are we also more cutthroat in society? How does this function between country to country? How does America compare to somebody like China, where you have these different dictatorships or communism and things of that nature? Oh, that was a nasty one. These tangerines seem like they're hybrids for sure. But I still eat them. But I'm not going to talk too much today. I've got a lot of work I got to get done early in the morning. Do the rest on the day. Then I got the event in the evening. Wish y'all a great day. Maybe I'll put together some kind of entertaining subject to talk about, but for now, I have nothing. We blew our minds. I don't know about his, but I was exhausted. He asked me every freaking question under the sun. I mean, anything in dealing with psychology and things like that, because his mind has great bandwidth. He asked me about ChatGPT, stuff like that, so I gave him all the different layers that he can improve upon on that. It's like, why don't you create yourself a personality profile? Maybe create you a psychologist, a therapist. I was like, create yourself a guru that is a philosophy guru, and then also frame them around one of your favorite gurus so that you're having this conversation one-on-one back and forth. And then also add a speech to talk on there so that you can have this kind of communication dialogue back and forth, and it improves your flavor for communication. That's way more impactful. And I mean, you could go all day and have fun with something like that versus going out and talking to people. Like, because if you're not, like, some people you get in a conversation with, they're not going to deliver much substance. They're just going to have what their little range is, but it's still another experience in and of itself. When you have one with AI, it just is like so, because you understand, like, it just speaks plain English. And that's what you're actually looking for from a lot of people when you're talking with them, just to speak plain English, maybe with a little bit of, different, dialect or, I don't know, flair, whatever you want to call it. But I'm tickled to death with the technology and the way things are going. But we just got to keep improving. There's a lot to be had, but I think we need to go ahead and figure out how this is going to look soon. Anytime I see a waning type period, it's always loosening, and people they're not accustomed to the adjustments. They don't know how to just sit back or there's nothing to actually build during a waning moon. Oh, I gotta go. I got trash to take care of. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.